Dubai is not a city, it's a corporation. Therefore, Dubai has a lot of things that can only be found here, and that might shock many tourists who come to visit Dubai for the first time, as well as expats who come here to live and work. In this video, I'm going to go through 7 phenomena unique for Dubai. This video will be shorter than usually, so watch it till the end because you might find some interesting things you never heard of. Let's go. Number 1 thing that is shocking tourists coming here for the first time are the names of the developers at the top of the buildings.
Amar?
It's not Amar, it's Amar.
Amar? Who's Amar?
This phenomenon is not only unique for the UAE, but here has been pushed to the extreme and became an integral part of urban culture and the real estate economy. For example, in the United States, the names on the buildings usually reflect either the owner or developer, like Trump Tower, Hudson Yards, Time Warner Center, they're an anchor tenant, JP Morgan Chase Tower, Bank of America, Goldman Sachs Tower. However, this is an exception rather than a common practice, and it rarely repeats itself as a single developer branding. What about the UK? In London, for example, developers almost never put their names on the facades. Branding shifts to the address, to the districts, and to the heritage reference. So direct facade branding is often perceived as cheap or overly commercial. Same as in continental Europe, facade branding is exceptional. The reasons include strict heritage protection, rigid zoning laws, and cultural emphasis on architecture over branding. In another huge real estate market, China, developers' names do exist. They're usually placed on the project entrances, complexes and communities, not as vertical skyline logos on individual buildings like in Dubai. And after the 2021 and 2023, when the crisis hit the Chinese market, this practice has noticeably declined. In the UAE, especially in Dubai, developers' naming on the buildings became a systematic tool, not exception. There are a few reasons why this became a norm in the UAE. First of all, it's a market without a historical anchor. Dubai doesn't really have deeply rooted districts' identities, and developers' brands are basically replacing the history or even create the history. Another reason is the reputation of the developer as a grantor. In the UAE, off-plan purchasing is a mainstream. Developers' name on the facade signals credibility, timely delivery, quality assurance, and long-term maintenance. It's like a communication for everybody who drives by. This project was delivered, managed by a reputable developer, and it will not disappear. Another big reason is that the entire city is like a big showcase. Dubai functions as a global showroom and financial billboard. But the facade is not just architecture, it's a media space and free marketing tool. Cities like London or Paris' large developer logo would reduce the perceived value and probably clash with the culture of private ownership. But in Dubai, it does the opposite. But even in the UAE, it only works with top-tier developers. If a developer has weak execution, short track record, and questionable reputation, the facade branding can actually damage the value rather than enhance it. Another very interesting phenomenon in Dubai is addressing without street names. It works through the landmarks. Historically, in the UAE, there was no conventional street-based address system. There was no street, house, apartment logic. Instead, addresses were relying on building of project names, landmarks, malls, towers, mosques, districts. So the project naming becomes a legal and logistical anchor. To address this problem, Dubai municipality came up with something called the Makani system. It's a 10-digit address code assigned to every building, apartment or villa, even public places and infrastructural assets in Dubai. Instead of street names and house numbers, Makani gives you a very precise physical address and GPS-based ID, which is readable by people and machines, and is managed by Dubai municipality. Why Dubai created it? Well, because Dubai is very fast. Many areas had similar building names, no consistent street numbering, as I said before, a lot of new developments coming up. So traditional posting address couldn't keep up with that. And that was solved with Makani system. It's integrated into utility services, emergencies, delivery services, and so on. And it's mandatory for all new buildings. It's visible physically on every building plaque and also used in legal property records. Another very interesting phenomenon in Dubai is branded metro station names. While naming rights exist in other countries as well, Dubai is one of the few countries that turned entire metro network into a money-generating asset. How it works? Dubai's Road and Transportation Authority sells naming rights for the metro stations to private companies. So you can see metro stations named after retail chains, banks, developers, and even landmarks like Burj Khalifa, for example. So we know Shoba Realty Metro Station, Charab Dija Metro Station, First Abu Dhabi Bank Metro Station, and so on and so forth. In many European cities, it would probably be seen as a visual clutter. But in Dubai, it's an integral part of city's business model. So if you compare it globally, in London, for example, they do occasional temporary sponsorships. In New York, they have internal stations ads, not official names. In Tokyo, sponsorships mentioned in the announcements. Phenomenon number 4, I would call developer-led urbanism. In most countries, city planning comes before development. In the UAE, developers co-author the city planning. Master developers control roads, parks, public spaces, retails, and so on. And municipalities just act as partners, not blockers. That's why in many districts, to do certain activities, you would need a permit from the master developer, not from municipality. Phenomenon number 5, off-plan market as a default. Globally, off-plan real estate is perceived as having a higher risk and only applicable to niche investor segment, while in Dubai, off-plan is a mainstream because of escrow accounts, strict government oversight and regulations, developers' reputations, and of course the payment plans. Phenomenon number 6 is that Dubai is a city without a decaying core. This is very unique to the region. There is no historical inner city decay. So it has faster district renewals, redevelopments happening before decline, fewer dead zones, and the fact that the city feels younger than its actual age. For example, in many major cities around the world, the city center is old and historical, while in Dubai it's the other way around. The city center is relatively new, while the old Dubai is historical, but it's very uncomfortable for living in the modern realities. And last but not least phenomenon that I would highlight about the UAE and Dubai specifically is the speed of construction. But what looks like an extreme speed of construction is probably not the fact that they build faster. Rather than its faster decision-making and parallel execution. Planning, approval, finance, sales happen simultaneously, not sequentially. Large master developers coordinate infrastructure, contractors, and sales in-house. In fact, many developers have their contractors in-house. Off-plan sales and escrow accounts provide easy and transparent cash flow, and there are fewer legacy and heritage restraints than in other countries. So Dubai probably doesn't build faster, but it just removes everything what slows other cities down. From the idea to execution, Dubai is probably the fastest on the planet. Example, this is what Mohammed Al-Abba, the CEO of MR, says about Germany. The way the full video about him and the story behind MR you can watch here. To summarize, the UAE is one of the few places in the world where real estate is not the result of the city. The city itself is the result of real estate strategy. Thanks for watching and see you in the next video.